We tell you often here on the show and at Christians United for Israel that the Iranian government is the world's leading sponsor of terrorism. They chant death to America, death to Israel on a daily basis. Today, you will hear another side of the story, how Iran brutally oppresses its religious minorities, in particular Christians. You know, Jesus said that persecution would come. Ladies and gentlemen, that day is here for Pastor Saeed Abedini and millions of followers of Jesus just like him in the Middle East. So here is Pastor Saeed Abedini right here on The Watchman sharing his story. Pastor Saeed, it's great to have you here in the flesh in the same room. We've been praying for you for so long, and now you're a free man. You're back here in the States. You went to Iran to share Christ with people in Iran before you were arrested. Talk about what you were doing in Iran first and what led to your arrest.
I've been a youth pastor in Assemblies of God, which was a legal church in Iran. They have their own building established like 60 years ago. And I went Bible school there and helped the churches. And I got married there, went to Bible school there. And but this house churches that I started, because it was increasing so fast, like in 2 years became to increased to 30 cities, 100 house churches all over Iran. 1,000 people became Christian. So Iran government always had conflict and problem with the legal churches, Assemblies of God church there, but they've been very scared about the house churches because they couldn't control it. They put camera in the building churches so they could control people, they could know who coming to church, but they couldn't really control the house churches. And house churches was like a rabbit, you know, increasing so fast everywhere they couldn't find them. So I saw that they make the intelligent police crazy because they couldn't control it. So make the Iran government very angry about that momentum and movement that was started in Iran. So that put me to trouble because they didn't like it. So they started, asking me to come to interrogation. They took me to court so many times, being in jail. So the last time that I've been arrested, maybe it was the 10th time that I've been arrested or be in court or be interrogated with them.
So you were living in Iran and you became a marked man basically by the Iranian regime.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, in those early arrests, were you mistreated pretty badly then as well?
It wasn't worse as the last time, but always, they always threatened me. They tried to, push me to deny my faith for the first time that I met them alive. And then they saw it doesn't work. I told them, if you kill me, I never deny my Lord and my Savior, and I'm always be faithful to Him. So by just pushing and pushing, they found out they can't be successful. So then they stepped back and they just tried to stop me to start the house churches. And because of that, they took me to prison. So many times they threatened me, we're going to kill you, we're going to kill your family, we're going to do these things. And so they found that it doesn't work anymore, and I'm just standing firm on my calling and my faith. So the last time that I've been arrested, they just said that you want to remove the government by increasing Christianity and turning Muslim to Christianity. So you had a plan to remove the government, which I told them I didn't have this plan. I just want to, increasing the Lord's kingdom here. And
that's illegal in Iran.
Yes, it is.
Getting arrested, were you at church when it happened? Did they come to your home? How did that happen?
They called me and they said, tomorrow we're going to call you and ask you to come to some place and we can sit and talk. So, but soon in the morning, we saw that they're knocking the door, and when my brother Wahid went to open the door, we saw that 6 of them, they just came in the house with the guns, and all the apartment was surrounded with them. So they came in and searched my parents' house, and actually I hugged my mom, and they just grabbed me to the car. They didn't let me to just give a goodbye. So my mom started crying. It was one of the hardest times in my life. And then they took me to Evin prison. It was just like 5 minutes far from our house.
The notorious Evin prison.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then they took me to the solitary for a month. And it was just all about interrogations and it was a really hard time.